Hello, listen. Faculty and in the series of the national webinar series, we are going third version of this seminar. And I heard about you from the Achilendra last it's Desh Gujarat website in 2006. So definitely, sir, not only we, our student will also get benefit with your experience. Welcome. Start. We see and we very feel very pleased to us and बहुत खुशी महसूस कर रहे हैं कि you are here with us today. And I hand sir Achilendra. Yes, Achilendra.
Thank you, sir. Digital from newspaper to apps. This is the time when the world dizzy. Good afternoon, everyone. We have with us the editor of Desh Gujarat, Japan. He meet his introduction. One of early adopter of digital news media in Western Gujarat. Started early with Gujarat province highest circulated daily Gujarat Samachar. Soon after starting his job, Japan decided to travel across Gujarat and the state and its people. He explored the people and halt in this course. With rich experience of working in every beat, be it political, education, civic issues, or culture, etc., he rose the rank of senior reporter. In 2006, he started an English multimedia news website deshgujarat.com focused on Gujarat state and its affair as a part-time venture. In 2011, he left Gujarat Samachar to decide full-time to Desh Gujarat, along with running a successful regional news website for over a decade and delivering Gujarat news updates on Twitter and YouTube. Japan participates in TV shows as subject expert, political analyst, and commentator on Gujarat related affairs for news channel within the states and nationally. In Gujarati language, Japan means to speak. Yes, the surname Pathak means a reader. And Japan also visited and many countries like China and many more countries. He is a visiting faculty for mass communication in LJ College, Ahmedabad. Ad hoc board of studies member, syllabus committee member in Department Communication Journalism, Gujarat University, Ahmedabad. And he is a political analyst and quoted many times in India Today, Hindustan Times, and many prominent newspapers. And along with many ABP News and Rajsabha Television, Doordarshan, Ahmedabad, Sandesh News, Nirman News, Gujarat News, and ABP Asmita as a expert. And other activities, he involved in other activities, and Japan sir has a vast experience in field of the digital news media. Now I am requesting to Dean sir, ki please invite sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You may start. I think sir is facing some technical problem. So, sir, Japan, sir, you can start your session, sir.
Yeah. So am I audible? Can everyone hear me properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Namaste, usually addressing the youngsters in Vadodara during Navratri period in the middle of the afternoon would be very risky or say pointless exercise, because half of youngsters would be sleeping in bed and the other half would be sleepy if they are in classrooms. But this Navratri is different situation, as you have no Atul Purohit, Arki, Navlaki ground, etc. to go for. It's a COVID-19 situation. So it's safe to address you in the middle of the afternoon during Navratri. So I'm yet to experience Vadodara Navratri, and I wish I will someday, and I wish I also visit Parul University someday in person, as I have heard that Parul University is a magnet that attracts quality students not just from different parts of Gujarat and India, but it has also significant number of international students as well. So someday I wish I visit the campus to feel all vibrancy out there. For now, it's just virtual visit. Now the subject today is the role of digital media, but Mr. Katyar has suggested me to view the subject in my own story and the story of my venture, digital venture. Not entirely digital, the foundations were laid in the years I spent with print media, 14 long years actually. So I will talk about that also briefly later. So I represent deshgujarat.com. It's a news website with around 50,000 pages full of articles so far. I have over 6 lakh followers on our YouTube channel, Desh Gujarat HD, with over 22 crore total video views since 2011. I have another small backup YouTube channel with over 15,000 odd subscribers. It is there since 2007 YouTube channel created in 2007. Very few YouTube channel compared to the present lot. It has completed over 4 million views. I have over 4 lakh followers on Twitter, the ultimate place for news updates these days. My news website is since 2006, very early starter, and it has so far witnessed crores of page views and visitors. Apart from my website, my primary focus has been on Google search, Twitter, and YouTube. So these are my primary playgrounds. I'm running this small news media with my limitations through low input model, and therefore I'm satisfied with whatever it has achieved so now. There was this famous murder case of Pankaj Trivedi in Ahmedabad. Mr. Trivedi was murdered near Elizabeth Gymkhana one evening in 2006, and I was a lead reporter covering that story in the newspaper, Gujarat Samachar. I worked with it, and in the course of reporting, I got an audio CD based on which I made a report in newspaper. It was a sensational audio CD in accused had spoken something very sensational, some abusive language she had spoken. So after the report went to publication, so many NRI readers contacted me and said online. I should put it online. But how to put audio? So I wasn't aware about NRI. There was one website called podbazaar.com, a website where one can post free podcasts, and I can upload the audio CD there. And stayed amazed. Yeah. Yeah. So I did that and stayed amazed with the number of downloads it attracted within few days. Now, Podbazaar had a good analytics facility, thanks to which I could know the latest number of downloads of my podcast and its locations also, geographical locations. So I would stay amazed to see the geographical distribution of downloads of my podcasts. So this encouraged me so much that I made a number of podcasts on topic relevant to Gujarat. and I had named the channel as Desh Gujarat. I had titled my Pod Bazaar channel. Pod Bazaar is no more there. Pod Bazaar was a premier podcast website, but it was ahead of time. So they had to wind up because it was ahead of time and there was no revenue model. Otherwise, it was very successful website in those days in 2006. And my channel on Pod Bazaar was Desh Gujarat. I had named it so. And it was very popular. It was always number 1 or number 2 in terms of the total number of downloads on podbazaar.com. So I started actually with podcast in this digital domain, and news came later. And I started it while working in print media newspaper. This was my pastime, but very passionate. I was very passionate about creating this content, and I created lakhs of downloads in 2006. Most of the downloads from NRIs because bandwidth was very powerful there. Here accessing audio was very difficult in those days. So many times I came across comments on YouTube, Twitter and elsewhere that why have you named it Desh Gujarat? Our Desh is India and not Gujarat. So is there some separatism going on with this title? So many times people even question me now that Maharashtra has Rashtra in its name. And the word Nadu in Tamil Nadu also means Desh. Yeah. Word Nadu in Tamil Nadu also means Desh in Tamil language. And in Telangana, there is a very prominent political party, Telugu Desam party in Andhra, which has been elected to power number of times. And Rajasthan's perhaps most famous song is Padaro Mare Desh. So Desh is also there. And Kerala government's tourism campaign is also God's own country. So there is also country, a state talking about country. And likewise, so I believe Desh and Rashtra are two different things. And my servant from Dungarpur, Rajasthan, when he goes back to his native place in Dungarpur, Rajasthan, ahead of Holi, he also says, I am going back to my Desh. So for him, his village, Dungarpur, is also a Desh. So there is this Deshiness, feeling of Deshiness attached with this word Desh. So I named it Desh Gujarat. It was a very popular book of late author, Gujarati author Chandrakant Bakshi also. One of his books was Desh Gujarat. Back to podcast channel on Pod Bazaar. This response led me to the idea of creating a website where I could embed this podcast from podbazaar.com on my web page, on my website, and relevant pictures, videos, and text also I can add so that I can earn from advertisement space. Yeah. So my experience of meeting persons in advertisement more difficult. Very bad print. I had started a print publication targeting in century. Failed perfect 7,000 how to for management person or a sales person. So how to free distribution of 7,000 copies was very big task. So I had started this many years ago, but I failed. But I learned that my core capacity is only creating content, and advertisement and distribution is not my game. So while starting this digital media, while starting this website, it was easier for me because there were some ready-made online global networks which would give you advertisements. You just need to give them space on your website. There were some eligibility rules. There were some criteria that you need to fulfill. But then they will give dynamic advertisement to your website. So advertisement was not problem. The only problem was creating content. It was not problem for me. It was fun for me always, creating exciting content. So I could simply apply for online ad networks. They are ready-made global online platforms for advertisement. So I need to give space on my web page, and the networks would put their ads there, and it's called contextual ads. So these very interesting terms in digital news media, contextual ads. So if I am accessing suppose I am accessing my article on my website, so I will get the advertisement on that web page as per my taste, as per my age, as per my gender, as per my location, as per the time. But if suppose same article at the same time someone is accessing from Japan, he will get advertisement of Japanese taste, of his taste. Suppose some woman is accessing my web page from New York, and my web page web article is about fashion. So and her taste is also fashion. Then fashion advertisement will be visible there, and fashion advertisement related to New York will be visible to her. Then her age criteria. If she has searched on Amazon about some purchasing some refrigerator, and then on my webpage she will get refrigerator advertisement. If she has access, suppose some person in India has access Flipkart and he has searched for some particular model of mobile phone, and then he will come to my website, then he will see contextual ad of that same mobile phone model and Flipkart on that web page. So these contextual ads were ready-made available from leading advertisement global advertisement networks, and one of prominent advertisement networks is of course Google AdSense. So there were number of rules attached for eligibility to get into the most popular and dependable ad program of Google, which is Google AdSense. And one of the terms was that your content must be in English language. And as I said, I was working in vernacular newspaper. I was perfectly Gujarati reporter, and I had not penned down even a single article in English language, most probably till then. So I decided to start website in English. So I would curate the content, make the content, I would sing, I would talk, as it was podcast and it was a multimedia website. I would read out something, I would make music, I would record then Chief Minister Narendra Modi's speeches by chasing him in different functions, as he was very popular and his speeches were very much in demand across the world among NRI people, among especially NRG people, non-residential Gujarati people, and even people from other states were very curious about what he speaks, what he does. By that time, he was very controversial as well as very popular. So I would chase him in different functions. He would address and in Ahmedabad, and then I would put audio recording of his speech to my podcast site and Podbazaar, and embed those podcasts with memes and banners. So I was creating memes as early as in 2006, and I was doing podcast and multimedia journalism in very early days. I was ahead of time. So I would put on the podcast with memes, banners, and catchy descriptions. As I said, I had never created content in English before. I would make a number of mistakes, but my readers were very kind and generous, mostly the NRI readers, to send me email and point out my mistakes. So I had made a golden rule that one mistake must not repeat again. So suppose I make some mistake in English and someone points me out that I am damn sure that I will not make that mistake again. So mistakes such as century, I mean jungle, and sometime I would write century that Sachin Tendulkar makes in cricket. So century and sanctuary, caste instead of caste. When you cast a vote and your caste, your आपकी ज्ञाति, आपकी जात पात, तो both are different word. Pronunciation में same है, spelling में अलग है. So I would make number of such mistake. I would write infect instead of in fact, FACT, and I would write sometime infect, INFECT, which is about infection. So it's so on. So they were corrected by my readers number of times, and I never did those mistakes again. And gradually, a lot of audience started coming through Google search, through the links I would put on Podbazaar audio website, podcast website, and in text descriptions. And sometimes we would go and put links on Wikipedia pages when it is relevant, because at that time there were very few English website operating from Gujarat. I think none English news website was operating from Gujarat. So relevant articles, we would go to Wikipedia page and put our link there. And by these all means, we would get a lot of traffic. So there was good traffic, and for lot of people get photographed with. I had with that first check. So monthly payment checks gradually started bringing in rupees. Initially gradually half of my salary in print newspaper, because I was doing this side by side. And later monthly payments would match my salary of print media job. Monthly checks would bring in money more than my salary in my regular job, newspaper job, which was amazing for me, surprising also. Now here you must take a note that it started with podcasting and news blogging, and the language was English. So there was no conflict of interest involved, as I was working with Gujarati Daily, and what I was doing in Desh Gujarat was completely different than what content I was producing in Gujarat Samachar. So initially my boss was kind enough to give me a portion of their leftover server space also to run Desh Gujarat without charging anything. At certain stage, when my content and traction became larger, I left that server in order to avoid any conflict of interest. And I had then arrangement that I would give global pop-up advertisement space of my website, rights of my website to a person, and he would repair my website whenever needed for free, and he would also put some ad codes on in my website. Apart from the Google AdSense codes, of course, will be mine, but pop-up ads he would put there on my website. So by this arrangement, my initial investment was almost zero, and I could run my website fairly. Later, when there were complaints from readers that we should drop pop-up ads, the regular ad revenue had started growing enough, and so we discontinued the deal. In fact, the website when first was created, there was a deal with engineer, if she was a freelance engineer, that I would give credit line with a link to her website, and in exchange of that, she would make the site for free. Later, when I started earning, I also made payment to that engineer, and this barter deal ended there and then. Now coming to foundation of this digital venture was laid. I started a job at Gujarat's largest newspaper in 1997 as a junior reporter. I would not discuss my whole journey in print here. Maybe it will require a separate session, as I want to conclude it to have enough time for question answer. But I would speak about some good decisions I took during my print career years. I'm missing the slides updates. So this is the site about Desi Jugaad barter system and pop-up. My initial model. So I literally didn't invest anything in this website apart from my passion and my time, my part-time along with my job. It was all this Jugaad and barter, and I talked about this that pop-up deal. So briefly, as you are all journalism student, I would speak about some good decisions that I took during my print media career, which was around 14 years long. So going to editor of Gujarat's largest daily to seek job without any interview advertisement, without any appointment, was my best decision. I was engineering student, but my incline, my passion, my aptitude was towards journalism, toward writing. Once there was an advertisement in Gujarati India Today, and I was in school, high school, and I had applied for journalism contributor's job. I remember when I was in school. So my incline, my aptitude was always toward writing and publishing and this news media. But somehow I was editor of largest circulated Gujarati Daily in that headquarters at his place. So going to editor and seeking the job without any interview advertisement, but I do journalism the editor would assign you certain beat. They may assign you a beat for municipal corporation and civic issue. They may assign you political beat, so you will do only political. They may assign you crime beat, so you do only crime. But I didn't take any. Decided that I would explore all beats and would do exclusive stories across all beats. So that was my good decision. I could do everything. So that was good decision. Another good decision was to visit entire Gujarat with at least one night stay in each district. So I thought, as I have entered this journalism and I'm working in largest daily at its headquarters, main edition, I should give justice to my job. I should visit entire Gujarat and I should meet lakhs of people of Gujarat before starting my. I had already started my journalism career, but before moving ahead in this field. So at that time, my salary was 2,500 rupees monthly salary. But I would visit each district. Sometime I would come back and I would not have any money left when I step out of state transport bus in Ahmedabad. And then I would rent a rickshaw and come home and will take money from inside the home and will pay that rent to that rickshaw owner. So, but I visited all the districts and I selected the dates to visit particular district when some major fair or festival is going on there. So in popular fairs, you would find lakhs of people at one place. So you would be able to communicate with different people belonging from different communities, from different parts of that district and that region. So I would choose to visit Surendranagar district during Tarnetar fair, or I would choose to visit Porbandar district during Madhavpur fair, or I would choose to visit Junagadh during Bhavnath fair. And I would stay with that Nakeds and Naga Babas and all the sorty people there. I would join them in bhajan evenings and I would stay there basically at the venue of fair if it's possible and if it's feasible. So there is this fair popular for eunuchs in Baucharaji in North Gujarat. So I will go and stay there and would meet lakhs of people there. I would not be able to meet lakhs of people in person, but lakhs of people would be there and I would talk with them, would meet them. Sidpur fair, very popular camel fair, even in tribal areas. Gaud Gadedu fair in Dahod district, or say Kawant fair, it's very colorful fair and close to Vadodara. You can travel, you can have one day journey to Kawant fair around Holi. Check it out. I have visited it more than once. I would go to Dang and visit Dang Darbar fair. I would go to Kutch and visit that popular fair in Dhrang. So, entire of people know that that I started my journalism with those journeys, and photographs taken at that during those journeys are still with me. Another good decision was setting the goal to contacts. Well, I believe that your resource network should be very powerful when you are journalism and when you are budding reporter. So I decided to make 5,000 contacts in my phone diary, and I decided that I should have eye-to-eye contact with each of them. So whenever I would go, I would leave my place in the morning and will return back late in the night. And during that course, I would meet different kinds of people. A person who is driving AMTS bus, or a person who is guide, or a person who serves in 5-star hotel at reception counter, or a person who works in post-mortem room, or a person who has been held for some crime, a doctor, a nurse, every kind of people, varieties of people, and not just this section of people, but also leaders. I would note down their phone number. I would give them my phone number, and once in a while I would also talk with them to keep the contact live. And I had a goal to of 5,000 such number of sources, and that resource network, that resourcefulness worked very much for me, and even now working for me. Some of my resources are still alive. So I built that source network during my journeys across Gujarat, and mainly in Ahmedabad, which was my permanent working place. Another good decision was accepting a deputation in Mehsana to have a small town journalism experience, first-hand experience of small town journalism. Because I born and brought up in Ahmedabad, I know what happens in large city, but the second tier town, Mehsana, that experience was also good. So I worked in North Gujarat edition also briefly. Then one good decision was conceiving, launching and editing Krushi Vishwa supplement, agriculture supplement of Gujarat Samachar, to have first-hand experience of rural journalism. That was lacking. So I also worked for Krushi Vishwa, an agricultural supplement, and I would visit the places, the agricultural conferences and agricultural fairs and everything. Also, then one good decision was constantly upgrading your skill, be it English or computer. So I was very much in with all technological trends. As I said, I had started multimedia website in 2006, podcast and everything. So memes and everything. So constant skill upgradation, and mainly English and computing. And another good decision during the early foundation years was venturing into print publication with my own. As I said, I had started one magazine which was dedicated to college students. The venture wasn't successful in terms of distribution and advertisement, but that failure was also very useful when I started my digital venture. I had so many lessons learned already from that print publication failure. So digital media is very vast subject. It was not very vast subject a decade ago, but nowadays it's huge world. If you start listing out, OTT platforms are also part of digital media, but I would keep this session short and limited to digital news media. So the limitation of conventional media, let's say newspaper, is that it can be published and distributed once in a day. So news gathering and formatting happens today, say till 10:30 p.m. or in exceptional circumstances till 1 a.m. and you get to read that newspaper tomorrow. By the time you read the news next day in newspaper, a lot may have happened to that story. So you don't get constant updates. The limitation of TV is that you cannot reverse or fast forward it, or you cannot choose the content. Whatever TV is relaying, you need to see, or at the most you can change the channel, but in one channel you cannot choose content that I want to see this. Digital media surpasses both fronts listed above, because here you can get a real-time update, and here you can. Newspapers can't have video or audio, but on digital media you can have it. Or say TV media will have limitation of showing text. They cannot always show text. But on digital, you can have it in plenty of quantities. The newspaper has fixed size, and the articles in general can't be longer enough. When I was there, they would dictate that give me 2-column story, or they give me 1-column story, or this column will go for 3 columns maximum. But in digital media, you can go with your articles in very depth, any size longer. The digital has scope of limitless presentation of audio, video, pictures. You can also go live and whatnot. And therefore, this Western term, when you are working in print media, the Western term is story writer. The term is story producer. So you are not just story writer. You also search for relevant story, relevant link story, and you become not just story writer but story producer. And there will be increasing demand of story producer nowadays rather than just story writer. So in late 1990s, when I was a print reporter, my boss would tell me that there will be a time when this conventional format of delivering news would be outfashioned by some gadget which was not invented then, some gadget that would be purchased by people. Newspaper would directly add to that gadget at each home. He said these large machines to publish a newspaper, these hand-to-hand distribution of copies, these ball bearings that are used in machines, the use of ink, this newsprint that are shipped from abroad, for a long. All these in late 90s. It was like a science fiction film presented to me. This be possible, but it was absolutely realizing today. So I had entered print journalism in almost a pre-internet era. Then came internet era with 250 kbps speed. Then came initial internet boom with Gurjari.com India or Info boom. Lack of revenue. This is, or say 20th century. The internet grew significantly with the advent of broadband, huge part of the digital media has turned to video content, and the opportunities are unlimited for digital scribes nowadays. So I'm stopping here and I'm open for questions.
Thank you, sir. It's a nice discussion and nice address. And I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So I'm inviting to Dean sir, Professor Dean sir, for
audible and my speed was all
yes,
right.
yes.
You could grab.
Yes,
yes. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. You nicely told about your the journey regarding the base Gujarat, and you also shared your experience regarding the various beat where you work done. But sir, I have the questions because I'm getting the questions from the viewer side also. So which kind of the impact is came in digital media, news, and in digital media during the pandemic?
Yeah, this actually, actually during the pandemic, digital media actually grew by leaps and bounds. Because what happened that due to that belief that वो अगर हम अखबार लेंगे तो उसमें से हमको वो लग जाएगा कोविड का वायरस. So people, lot of people stopped newspaper subscriptions. जरिया रह गया वो डिजिटल का रह गया. सो आई थिंक डिजिटल ने काफी ग्रो किया ये पेंडेमिक में. अगर मेरा पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस में बताऊं तो वी हैड स्टार्टेड दिस स्मॉल वेंचर विथ लो इनपुट एंड हाई क्वालिटी आउटपुट मॉडल. मतलब अब सब लोग वर्क फ्रॉम होम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वी वर वेल अहेड ऑफ टाइम. हमारा तो पूरा वर्क फ्रॉम होम मॉडल पे ही शुरू हुआ था पूरे वेंचर. 2006 से अभी तक मैं वर्क फ्रॉम होम मॉडल पे ही चला रहा हूँ. तो हमारा फोटोग्राफर है तो वो रोज मुझे मिलता नहीं है, उसका पेमेंट भी डिजिटली हो जाता है मंथली. वो फोटोग्राफ भी ईमेल से भेज देता है यहाँ पे. या अगर मैं कोई रिपोर्टर रखता हूँ या मैं सोशल मीडिया के लिए कोई व्यक्ति रखता हूँ तो वन पर्सन आई हायर्ड फ्रॉम रूरल अमरेली. शी वॉज अ वेरी स्मार्ट गर्ल. सूरत में वो काम करती थी मीडिया में. वो अमरेली के गांव में शादी करके चली गई. तो वहां से वो मेरा सोशल मीडिया अपडेट करती थी. काफी सालों तक उसने नहीं था थे मुझे और लोग. उसका इंटरव्यू भी ऑनलाइन लिया, पेमेंट भी ऑनलाइन किया. और हर रोज हमारी जो मीटिंग होती थी, वर्क टू डू, हमारा जो वर्क प्लान, कम्युनिकेशन प्लान रहता था. तो पेंडेमिक काफी मॉडल में चले गए हैं और अभी भी काफी बड़े बड़े पहले तो हमने तो काफी बेनिफिट किया इस मॉडल में भी पहले से, और हमें कोई ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ा. रेवेन्यू ये मैंने तो कंटेक्चुअल एडवर्टाइजिंग में ये होता है कि अनप्लीजेंट जो आपके आर्टिकल में वर्ड होते हैं, जैसे अगर आपके आर्टिकल में हॉस्पिटल वर्ड है, या आपके आर्टिकल में एक्सीडेंट वर्ड है, या मर्डर वर्ड है, तो या टेररिज्म का कोई स्टोरी है, तो क्योंकि इस तरह के वर्ड उस स्टोरी में यूज हुए हैं, तो गूगल एडसेंस उसको आइडेंटिफाई करेगा वो आर्टिकल में वो वर्ड्स, और गूगल एडसेंस अपने सर्टेन एडवर्टाइजर की एडवर्टाइज उस पेज पे नहीं रखेगा। जो एडवर्टाइजर ने बताया कि हमें हमारी फील गुड प्रोडक्ट है, तो आप जहां टेररिज्म के आर्टिकल है वहां हमारी एड मत रखिए, जहां पे मर्डर का आर्टिकल है हमारी एड मत रखिए। तो एडवर्टाइजर्स के बिडिंग काफी कम हो जाते हैं जब आप आर्टिकल में लिखते हैं कोविड-19 या कोरोना वायरस रेट के हुए, तो जितने भी कोविड-19 या कोरोना वायरस वाले आर्टिकल थे उसमें रेवेन्यू लो हो गई। का काफी बढ़ गया क्योंकि प्रिंट के न्यूज़पेपर्स बंद थे, और तो इसका हमें भरपूर फायदा मिला। तो मैं उसको दो तरह से देख सकता हूँ, एक हमारे सर्वर पे लोड बढ़ा तो सर्वर का हमारा रीडर्स बढ़े, दूसरी तरफ एडवर्टाइजमेंट का फ्लो मैंने जिस कारण बताया उस कारण से कम हुआ। सितंबर आई थिंक बढ़े न्यूज को मिले।
Another question from the viewers, they're asking that what kind of the challenges in term of the check and verify of the content in digital media, because the totally work from home, and you told that you receive the photograph from your photographer and from other sources, and the content is also, so which kind of home part, so how we can, because
Now,
it is also
yeah.
it is also line on the various portal and etc. Sir, so what need
ओल्ड फैशन जर्नलिज्म, प्री इंटरनेट एरा जर्नलिस्ट, तो या और हमारा पूरा जो ट्रेनिंग हुआ वो बड़े सख्त एडिटर्स के साथ हुआ, मतलब के साथ तनख्वाह ले रहा था तो काम करना पड़ रहा होगा, और अगर काम सही से नहीं हुआ तो और 65 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 14 कर ले, रोज की एक स्टोरी कर ले, क्योंकि मैं बनिए क्या काम कर रहा था में पब्लिश हो गई। आप मेरे मूड स्विंग्स छोड़ दीजिए, ड्राई पीरियड छोड़ दीजिए, स्टोरीज और प्रिंट में हमारे ऊपर चीफ रिपोर्टर होता था, हमारे ऊपर एडिटर होता था, एग्जीक्यूटिव एडिटर्स होते थे, तो चेक एंड बैलेंस काफी परफेक्ट होता था। तो इसलिए हम सीख गए कौन सी स्टोरी पे कोर्ट की नोटिस आएगी, कौन सी स्टोरी पे कोई ग्रुप प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए अखबार में आ जाएगा, कौन सी स्टोरी में हमारी नौकरी चली जाएगी, कौन सी स्टोरी में हमसे सब। तो जब डिजिटल वेंचर में आए तब काफी हद तक मजे हुए थे। अब डिजिटल वेंचर में काफी ध्यान रखना पड़ता है। मैं अभी का एक एग्जांपल देता हूं, रथ यात्रा अहमदाबाद में होगी या नहीं होगी, तो लेट नाइट हियरिंग था, ऑनलाइन हियरिंग था, सारी चैनल ने रात को 9 बजे फ्लैश कर दिया, न्यूज चैनल्स ने, सारी तो नहीं लेकिन 80% न्यूज चैनल्स ने, क्या हाईकोर्ट ने चुकादा दे दिया है, रथ यात्रा होगी, अहमदाबाद के रस्तों पे मार्गों पे रथ यात्रा निकलेगी। लेकिन हमने वो चीज ट्वीट नहीं की, हमने वो चीज पब्लिश नहीं की, क्योंकि हमारा कुछ मेथड है, कुछ आर्ट है हमारा कि जिससे हम जान लेते हैं कि ये स्टोरी में अभी नहीं पढ़ना है। तो पॉज बटन हमने दबा के रखा, करीबन आधे घंटे के बाद सब हुआ, तब तक उन्होंने लाइव रिएक्शन सब ले लिया था। और कुछ लोग तो चैनल देख के सो गए थे कि सुबह रथ यात्रा होने वाली है, ट्वीट करके सो गए थे, फेसबुक पे लिख के सो गए थे जय रणछोड़ कल रथ। पॉज बटन दबा के रखा क्योंकि हमारा तजुर्बा है कि ये अभी क्यों ये पॉज रखना है, ये सही नहीं लग रहा है। उसके इंडिकेटर्स है, काफी सारे उसके इंडिकेटर्स है, ये एक्सपीरियंस से आता है और केस टू केस डिफर करता है। अभी मैं ट्रेंड्स क्योंकि देखता हूँ, एक ट्रेंडोमीटर आता है, हर जर्नलिस्ट को वो देखना चाहिए कि अभी क्या ट्रेंड चल रहा है गूगल में, ट्विटर में, यूट्यूब में। तो ट्रेंडोमीटर में मैं उसकी ऐप आती है, तो मैं देख रहा था एक सुबह उठ के, तो 2 शब्द ट्रेंड कर रहे थे। एक था दिग्विजय सिंह, यह भी 15 दिन पहले की घटना है। एक शब्द ट्रेंड कर रहा था दिग्विजय सिंह, दूसरा शब्द ट्रेंड कर रहा था दिग्विजय सिंह के एक सिवा एक और भी वर्ड था, 2 शब्द ट्रेंड कर रहे थे। अब इसमें हुआ ये था कि फिर क्लिक करके मालूम पड़ा कि न्यूज ये चला है कि दिग्विजय सिंह की लड़की ज्वाइन कर गई। बाद में मालूम पड़ा कि दिग्विजय सिंह जो है वो कोई और है, बिहार के पॉलिटिशियन है, मध्य प्रदेश वाले नहीं है। हाँ, उसी दिन दूसरा न्यूज चला था, मुलायम सिंह यादव का निधन हो गया। तो अगर प्राइमा फेसी हम देखें और कोई जूनियर रिपोर्टर को सौंप दे, देख मुलायम सिंह साइट में हेडलाइन भी है, फटाफट स्टोरी बनाओ समाजवादी पार्टी का हिस्ट्री वगैरह सब, लेकिन उसमें हम डेप्थ में गए कि क्यों ये ट्रेंड में है, क्यों डिस्कशन में है। तो मालूम पड़ा कि मुलायम सिंह यादव नाम के ही कोई और लीडर थे, समाजवादी पार्टी के ही बुजुर्ग थे, लेकिन वो मुलायम सिंह यादव नहीं जो हम समझते हैं, और उनका निधन हो गया। तो एक ही घंटे में ये 2 चीजें आई थी, तो वेरीफाई करनी पड़ती है। कई बार हम देखते हैं वेरिफिकेशन में कि हमारा सोर्स क्या है, तो मेरा फोटोग्राफर है तो वो बड़ी बड़ी एजेंसीज के साथ काम करता है, 5 से न्यूज़पेपर के साथ काम करता है, 10-20 साल से काम करता है, तो वो भी काफी तजुर्बेदार है। फिर भी हम रीचेक करते हैं अपने हिसाब से। तो कई बार सब चीज होते हुए भी देखना पड़ता है कि ये न्यूज सही है या गलत है। वो उसका कोई पर्टिकुलर मेथड नहीं है, लेकिन हर एक स्टोरी में मेथड डिफर करती है। और लेकिन फाइनली जजमेंट लेने वाला आदमी है, बड़ा एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए। गलती ये काफी सारी जो कि मैं कर चुका था प्रिंट मीडिया के जमाने में, तो आई थिंक और इसीलिए मैं ट्विटर अपने पास रखता हूं। मैंने एक जूनियर लड़का रखा था जिसको मैंने ट्विटर पे रखा, सिखाऊ लड़का था, तो मैंने उसको गुजराती ट्विटर सौंपा जिसमें काफी कम फॉलोअर्स है। तो उसने कुछ एक कंपनी है गुजरात उस लिख दिया, तो बड़ा झमेला हो गया ना। जीपीएससी तो पूरा अलग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है। मैंने तय किया कि ट्विटर में अपने पास रखूंगा और पब्लिश बटन मैं खुद दबाऊंगा। तो मेरी साइट का ये जो 50,000 आर्टिकल साइट पे है, हर एक का पब्लिश बटन मैंने दबाया है। 50,000 पब्लिश बटन आई हैव, मैं किसी को नहीं रखता उसके लिए। और ट्वीट भी मैं खुद करता हूं, मेरा जो मेन हैंडल है उसकी, जिससे ये ना हो कि कभी भी गलत न्यूज चले जाए। हम पॉज रहेंगे, आधा घंटा वेट करेंगे, अगर कोई मर गया है तो उसका लड़का पुष्टि करेगा या कोई बड़ी एजेंसी पुष्टि करेगी या 4-5 चैनल अलग अलग सोर्सेज से पुष्टि करेंगे, तब हम वो चीज रखेंगे कि इनका निधन हो गया।
Yes, sir, I got your point. But sir, in part of that you talked about the challenges which is related for the digital media, and you have the experience with the print media to handle the things. But in part of the audience and in part of the readers, because during the pandemic, a lot of news portal immediately come, and a lot of the news is published on the digital platform. So how the readers, they can identify this is the right or this is the wrong things is published on the digital platform. So what kind of the mechanism they can follow, because this is the challenge also for them, sir. So
I think, I think when they are in doubt, they should access some 5-6 news portals. News portals, I'm telling, not Facebook or Twitter.
Yeah, news portal. Yes,
yeah.
Sir.
So if you have got the information that X person is dead, then you need to check who gave you that information. अगर कोई रिलायबल बड़ा न्यूज मीडिया है जिसने इंफॉर्मेशन दिया है, वेरीफाइड हैंडल है, वेरीफाइड नहीं भी है, हमारा ट्विटर हैंडल वेरीफाइड नहीं है, ट्विटर के क्या रूल्स है इसमें वो उसने खुद ने वेबसाइट पे नहीं रखे कि किसको वेरिफिकेशन देता है वो। लेकिन आपको देखना चाहिए, 4-5 न्यूज हैंडल देखने चाहिए। अगर सभी यूनिवोकली ये कह रहे हैं तो आपको मानना चाहिए कि इसमें सत्य हो सकता है। उसके बाद आपको कोट देखना चाहिए कि आपको अगर बताया कि एक्स व्यक्ति का निधन हो गया है, तो एक्स आर्टिकल में ढूंढना चाहिए कि न्यूज कहां से आए, लिखा है क्या कि एम्स का ये बुलेटिन आया कि इनका निधन हो गया, जो हमारे यहाँ ट्रीटमेंट ले रहे थे, या उनके बेटे ने ट्वीट किया, वो भी रियल हैंडल से, कि हमारी माता महान गायिका थी, उनका निधन हो गया है। तो चेक्स एंड बैलेंसेस पूरे रीडर्स को अपनी तरह से रखने चाहिए, तभी वो डिसाइड कर पाएगा। इसका कोई पर्टिकुलर ज्ञान नहीं है, लेकिन क्रेडेंशियल जो जिनका है ऐसे न्यूज हैंडल्स पर जाना चाहिए, जैसे एजेंसी के न्यूज हैंडल्स है, पीटीआई है, यूएनआई है, आईएएनएस है, वेरीफाइड हैंडल्स है, अलग अलग स्ट्रीम्स के न्यूज कुछ टीवी में आ रहा है, वो भी वही चीज वेब पे भी रिफ्लेक्ट हो रही है। तो इस तरह से अपना जजमेंट या डिसीजन लेना चाहिए, और डिसीजन लेने से, फॉरवर्ड करने से पहले तो पॉज रखना ही चाहिए। आप अपनी तरफ से वो न्यूज पर डिसीजन लीजिए, वो सही है गलत है, लेकिन फौरन उसको आगे मत भेजिए, उस पर तो काफी इंतजार कीजिए।
Okay, sir, I have one question from another viewer asking that any other government policy regarding the news portal and the launching the news portal, because when we launch a newspaper, then the RNA registration and all these things are required. So any government policy for the news portal launching and need to follow from Information Broadcasting Ministry and etc.
नो, देयर इज नो प्रोसीजर। अभी अच्छा है कि कोई प्रोसीजर नहीं है, तो अभी हम आराम से काम कर पा रहे हैं। कोई सरकारी बाबू के पास कोई कागज लेके नहीं जाना पड़ता है। मैंने बताया कि मैंने इससे पहले वो प्रिंट वाला एक शुरू किया था 4 पन्ने का, जो कॉलेज के लिए टारगेटेड था। मेरा आइडिया ये था कि कॉलेजियंस के रिलेटेड काफी सारी ब्रांड्स है, कंप्यूटर क्लासेस होते हैं, कोचिंग क्लासेस, एंट्रेंस एग्जाम की क्लास, उन सबकी एड्स लूंगा और कॉलेजियन को पसंद पड़े ऐसा कंटेंट लगा के कॉलेजियन में वो बांट दूंगा। तो इस तरह से मैंने शुरू किया था बहुत सालों पहले। तो उसमें ये सब मुझे माथापच्ची करनी पड़ी थी, कलेक्टर ऑफिस जाना, फॉर्म लेना, स्टैंप पेपर लगाना, ये सब लेकिन इन वेब पोर्टल ऐसा कोई कुछ अभी तक नहीं है, और अच्छा है नहीं है, तो कोई भी स्टार्ट कर सकता है।
Okay, sir. Yes, Ashilendra, you want to ask the question?
Japan sir, a request, a little bit your camera frame is correct, please correct. Yes.
Is it
Yeah.
all right?
Yes, sir. No, all right. And one more question, कि how do you research a story, and what are the most painful part for you?
रिसर्च,
Yeah.
अभी मैं अचलेंद्र जी कहूं तो मतलब मैंने रिसर्च वाली बहुत सारी स्टोरीज की है।
Yes.
मैंने ये नहीं की है, हजारों स्टोरी की, तो उसमें से सैकड़ों स्टोरी रिसर्च वाली थी, और उसकी बड़ी लंबी गाथाएं है, स्टेट लेवल की, नेशनल लेवल की। कर रहा हूं वो ज्यादातर अपडेट वाला जर्नलिज्म कर रहा हूँ, न्यूज अपडेट। तो ऑथेंटिक न्यूज अपडेट का एक प्रेस्टीज वाला एक हैंडल है देश गुजरात, जिसके 4 लाख से ज्यादा स्टोरीज या यूट्यूब रखते हैं, तो सब ऑथेंटिकेटेड रखते हैं। ज्यादा रिसर्च बेस्ड स्टोरी अभी हम नहीं कर रहे हैं, स्पेशली जो आप फील्ड जर्नलिज्म वाली रिसर्च की स्टोरी बता रहे हो, तो क्योंकि हमारा लो इनपुट मॉडल है, तो अभी हम वो जर्नलिज्म नहीं कर पा रहे। हालांकि बड़ा ज्यादा बजट हो तो हम वो करना चाहेंगे, लेकिन अभी के लो इनपुट मॉडल में हम अपडेट पे फोकस करते हैं, और जो ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल डेटा है उसके बेसिस पे हमारा ज्यादा रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड स्टोरी रहता है, रेदर देन ऑफलाइन।
Okay. And sir, one more question, कि how do you measure the impact of your writing? Do you think of cultural bias, sentiments, influence, virality, etc.?
इट डिफर्स। देखिए, अभी पहले क्या था कटियार जी, जब मैंने शुरू किया था तब लोग पूछते थे आपकी वेबसाइट पे कितनी हिट आती है।
Yes.
ठीक है, अभी ये वेब से पूरा डाइवर्स हो गया है। आप अभी लोग पूछते हैं कि कितनी टोटल इंप्रेशंस आती है, तो टोटल इंप्रेशन में मैं यूट्यूब की इंप्रेशन भी मेरी 1 महीने की बताऊंगा कि मेरे वीडियो की इतनी व्यूज आए, तो वो भी इंप्रेशन है। मैं ये भी बताऊंगा कि मेरा ट्विटर का जो एनालिटिक्स आता है उसमें मेरे कितना इंप्रेशंस आई मेरी ट्वीट की। रिट्वीट की बात नहीं है, लाइक की बात भी नहीं है, वो ट्वीट की इंप्रेशंस कितनी आई, वो ट्वीट कितनी बार देखी गई, तो वो भी उसमें मिला देते हैं। साइट पे कितना ट्रैफिक आया वो भी उसमें मिला देते हैं। तो ये सारी चीजें मिलके टोटल जो इंप्रेशंस होती है वो मंथली हमारा फुटफॉल्स कहा जाता है। और जरूरी नहीं है कि साइट की वजह से इंपैक्ट आए, कई बार एक ट्वीट की वजह से भी इंपैक्ट आ जाती है। मैं अपने पर्सनल हैंडल से अभी तक जितनी भी चीजें मैंने ट्वीट की है कि ये होना चाहिए, तो वो सब मैंने देखा है कि हुआ है करीब। तो मुझे लगता है कि सोशल मीडिया से एक ट्वीट करने से भी इंपैक्ट आ जाती है, अगर बात में सच्चाई है तो। जरूरी नहीं है कि पूरा आर्टिकल आपको लिखना पड़े।
Yes, sir. And one more question, कि internet users have to more information, means in terms of often or free, मतलब nothing. So is it okay for sustainability for the digital websites?
देखिए कटियार जी, अगर डिजिटल का धंधा है या नॉन डिजिटल है, वेदर इट इज डिजिटल बिजनेस और नॉन डिजिटल बिजनेस, द क्रक्स इन एनी बिजनेस इज आईबॉल्स, विजिटर्स, पीपल। जहां पे लोग हैं वहां पे पैसा है। आप 1 लाख लोग इकट्ठे कर लीजिए स्टेडियम में, तो आपको एडवर्टाइज मिल जाएगी, सब मिल जाएगा, पूरा खर्चा निकल जाएगा, होर्डिंग्स मिल जाएंगे, आप टिकट पे भी कुछ पब्लिश कर देंगे एडवर्टाइजमेंट, ठीक है ना। 1 लाख लोग जमा हो रहे हैं तो बीच में एंडोर्समेंट कर सकते हैं, बाहर आप किसी को स्टॉल्स दे सकते हैं, तो पैसा आ जाएगा। लोग अगर है तो पैसा आ जाएगा। अभी हमारी 10 लाख 15 लाख की इंप्रेशंस रहती है मंथली, उससे भी ज्यादा हो जाती है, और कई बार 50 लाख को भी क्रॉस कर जाती है। अगर आप वीडियो व्यूज भी देखें तो कई बार काफी ज्यादा होती है इंप्रेशंस। तो फिर ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं रहता है कि आपका रेवेन्यू कहां से होगा। वेयर देयर आर पीपल देयर इज मनी। एडवर्टाइजमेंट से पैसा इजीली आएगा। सब्सक्रिप्शन का एक मॉडल है, वो भी आपको आजमाना पड़ेगा अगर आप अपना स्केल बड़ा करना चाहते हैं तो। बट हमारा जो लो इनपुट मॉडल है उसमें अभी का हमारा जो एडवर्टाइजमेंट का जो रेवेन्यू का फ्लो है, हम इजीली सस्टेनेबल है।
Yes, sir. I have the question from the one viewer. They're asking that what is your message for the new beginners and for the journalism student regarding the digital media?
Regarding the
Digital media. What do you want to say to the students and the new beginners? What is your message for them?
या तो मैं कोई मैसेज देने वाला बड़ा आदमी नहीं हूँ, लेकिन मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंस से उनको जो कन्वे करूंगा, मैं आई विश कि मैं मैसेज देने वाला वो बूढ़ा आदमी ना बनूं कभी। लेकिन जो मैसेज मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंस से कन्वे करूंगा कि डिजिटल,
सर my meaning is not that. My meaning is that because they can inspire with your experience.
Yeah. So
because you have 25 years, 24 years established this Gujarat, and you so many challenges.
I was jokingly commenting, हंसते हंसते आपकी बात। ये जो बच्चे हैं उनके पास आने वाले जो साल हो गए उसमें सबसे ज्यादा एम्प्लॉयमेंट की अपॉर्चुनिटीज डिजिटल मीडिया में रहेगी। अगर आप न्यूज चैनल में जाएंगे तो भी, अगर आप फ्रेशर है तो आपको बिठा देंगे उसकी डिजिटल डेस्क पे। अगर आप न्यूज पेपर में जाएंगे, टीवी चैनल में जाएंगे, सब जगह आपको डिजिटल में ज्यादा से ज्यादा जॉब की अपॉर्चुनिटी रहेगी। तो आप डिजिटल रेडी बनिए, ये मेरा सबसे पहली बात मुझे कहनी है उन लोगों को, यंग लोगों को। डिजिटल रेडी बनने में के साथ साथ आप दूसरी चीज ये भी कीजिए कि हमेशा लाइफ में अपनी कोई प्रोडक्ट हो, इस तरह की सोच रखिए। देखो, मेरी तो नौकरी सबसे बड़े अखबार में चल रही थी, और मेरे साथ जो नौकरी कर रहे थे आज भी वो कर रहे हैं नौकरी, वहां कर रहे हैं, कहीं और कर रहे हैं। लेकिन मेरे मन में शुरू से कीड़ा था कि इंसान की एक प्रोडक्ट होनी चाहिए, चाहे पार्ट टाइम प्रोडक्ट हो, चाहे अचार की डिब्बी आप बनाइए, चाहे आप साबुन बनाइए, चाहे मोमबत्ती बनाइए, लेकिन उसकी एक ब्रांड नेम होनी चाहिए जो आपकी खुद की है। तो मैंने चूज किया कि पहले मैं अपना कुछ, ये लिफलेट कॉलेज वाला मैगजीन निकालूंगा तो ये मेरी खुद की ब्रांड होगी। मैंने उसका नाम रखा था टीम्स एंड 20 TNT रखा था, और इटालिक्स में बड़ा फैशनेबल उसका टाइटल रखा था। या फिर मैं अपनी डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट कर रहा हूँ ये देश गुजरात, तो वो नौकरी के साथ साथ ही मैंने की थी, क्योंकि मैं मानता था फर्मली कि अपनी कोई प्रोडक्ट होनी चाहिए चाहे आप जॉब कर रहे हो। तो हर एक लड़के को मैं ये कहूंगा कि अपनी कोई प्रोडक्ट कंसीव करो लाइफ में, सिर्फ नौकरी के साथ साथ कुछ तो अपनी प्रोडक्ट होनी चाहिए, चाहे वॉशिंग पाउडर हो, कुछ भी हो, आप जो भी जिसमें महारत रखते हैं। चौथी एक और चीज मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि आप जब अपना डिजिटल वेंचर शुरू करेंगे इन फ्यूचर, क्योंकि डिजिटल में काफी स्कोप है, अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, तो आपको आईबॉल्स चाहिए होंगे। तो शुरू में आपको आईबॉल्स मिलेंगे नहीं, आप डिप्रेस हो जाएंगे, ठीक है। लेकिन आपको अगर मान लीजिए कि 900 फॉलोअर्स मिलते हैं, 900 सब्सक्राइबर्स मिलते हैं, यूट्यूब में आपने वीडियो रख दी, आपको 900 सब्सक्राइबर या 900 व्यू मिले, तो उसको अंडरमाइन मत कीजिए। आप वडोदरा का सबसे बड़ा ऑडिटोरियम देख लीजिए, मुझे वडोदरा का ऑडिटोरियम का ख्याल नहीं है, लेकिन मैं गेजिंगली पासिंगली कह रहा हूं, अहमदाबाद का तो मुझे मालूम है, तो उसकी ज्यादा से ज्यादा कैपेसिटी 1200-1500 की होगी या 1000 के आसपास होगी सबसे बड़े ऑडिटोरियम की, और पूरा ऑडिटोरियम भर जाए तो हमारे जमाने में तो बड़ा सक्सेस कहलाता था। तो आपका अगर 1200-1500 का भी फॉलोअर है तो आप डटे रहिए, डिजिटल में कंटेंट डालते रहिए। और मुझे कहना है कि लास्ट चीज की डिजिटल में, क्योंकि आप जब कॉलेज से बाहर निकले तब आपकी, अगर आपकी जॉब लग गई है तो जॉब वाला बॉस भी देखेगा कि आपका जो आर्टिकल वेबसाइट पे है उस पर कितनी हिट मिली, और उस पर आपका रैंकिंग होगा कि भाई ये नितेश जो लड़का आया है फ्रेशर, उसका वेबसाइट इस हफ्ते सबसे ज्यादा पढ़ा गया, उसका आर्टिकल जो हमारी न्यूज चैनल की वेबसाइट है या न्यूज़पेपर की वेबसाइट है उसमें ये लड़का का ये आर्टिकल तो बड़ा हिट रहा, वो एनालिटिक्स देखेंगे, हमारा लाइव एनालिटिक्स यहाँ मोबाइल पे रहता है, मैं अभी मेरे वेबसाइट पे कितने लोग हैं, किस स्टोरी पे है, मैं सब देख सकता हूँ। तो आप अब जब कॉलेज से बाहर निकले तब तय कीजिए कि आपका फेसबुक का जो फॉलोअर्स है वो 5000 हो, पूरा हो 5000 के करीब, करीबन 1200-1500 हो। आपके रिलेटिव्स को लाइए, फ्रेंड्स को लाइए, सब जगह से भी फॉलोअर्स लाइए और करीबन एक अच्छा फॉलोअर रैंक रखिए, जिससे आप कहीं भी काम करें, आपकी स्टोरी आप वहां पे अगर डालें लिंक के साथ, तो आपकी वहां पे कल वहां पे किसी भी मीडिया में हो, लेकिन आपका एक हैंडल पे प्रॉपर प्रेजेंस रहे। तो इतनी चीजें मैं ब्रीफली यंगस्टर्स को कहूंगा जो जर्नलिज्म के स्टूडेंट्स हैं। जी कटियार जी।
Yes, very nice, sir. And you elaborate the things widely, and we salute you the wide experience. And now I hand over the Achilendra Katiyarji for the vote of the thanks.
Thank you, Japan sir. And here I would like to pay thanks the management of Parul University, who gave us a platform for organizing this webinar, wonderful webinar. And we are also grateful for all technical help from DG Cell, Event Cell, Birjesh sir, Jiten sir, and especially Professor Dr. Ramesh Rawat, Dean of Faculty of Arts, giving us this opportunity. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Japan, sir. Thank you.